Hi there, welcome back. So, when I was a kid, I'd make a little bit of extra money harvesting potatoes by hand on some of the local farms. And in October in Scotland, this was often freezing cold and always backbreaking. But I had no idea how this was going to serve me as a business owner. Let me explain. A lot of people make a lot of money trying to pander to business owners who don't have the courage to actually, sell what they sell. Let me explain again. Marketing and sales are like sowing and harvesting. Everybody loves to throw out the seeds and lie in the sun while the crop grows, but nobody likes to harvest. It's hard, dirty work. And what I see everywhere in the online space and in traditional business, in most cases, is the myth that if we can just market hard enough, smart enough, or fancy enough, then the crop will just leap into our basket. The problem is that to an extent, the crop can jump into the basket, and that tricks us into thinking that the hype sold by the bro marketers is true. But for a very few people with actually incredibly compelling and novel products, it can work in a limited way, but what it hides is staggering. Don't get me wrong, marketing is very important. Although I think most people put too much emphasis on marketing, I should also say that as a marketer, I think most people don't do nearly enough marketing. That said, I want to offer a couple of simple tools which will let you feel better about selling, be more systematic, and get better results really quickly. So here we're talking about turning marketing into relationship selling. Before I go on, this is not another DM strategy to start conversations. It's way more elegant and much more effective, particularly if what you sell is higher priced, which I hope it is. So your marketing has done a wonderful job of building awareness about who you are and what you do. You get plenty of attention and you've crafted your sales funnel so that there's a clear journey from meeting you online, lead capture through email automations, remarketing, discovery calls, the works. Well, let's pretend you do. If you do, then you have a certain amount of natural lead generation. Sometimes it's a little, and if you're good, a lot, but probably a little. And this doesn't mean you're failing. Think of it like this. If you ran a retail store on a fairly busy street, and people walked in, walked around your store, and then walked out, that's most people's sales funnel right now. What we need is a way to integrate the magic phrase, "How may I help you?" Business is about service. Selling is about service. And if you want to sell more online, then you need to find ways to solve problems and overcome assumptions or objections about working with you. The sales process I give clients has what I would call icebreakers. These are used to move the prospect from stranger to someone who has experienced some value from us. The examples I'm about to offer are general, and they could apply to most businesses. The real power is when you make them specific and focus on the place where the value you offer meets the burning needs of your prospects. So we have two types of icebreaker. We have tier 1 icebreakers and tier 2 icebreakers. Tier 1 icebreakers don't take a lot of time to prepare and are designed for the superficial encounter. Tier 2 icebreakers are when you really want to go a little deeper with somebody. So here are some examples of tier 1 icebreakers. Number 1 is keep an eye who opts in on your mailing list. Super simple. If they look like a good prospect, then just send them a video, audio or email saying hi and asking them how you could help them. 2 is connect people. Everyone loves a connector. Look for ways to bring two people together where there's a win-win. Number 3 is simply compliment them. Compliment their work, their content, their career. Everyone loves a compliment. They'll be flattered that you even took the time to look. Number 4 is personally invite them to a webinar or a private training session you're already offering. These are general examples, but when we're looking at a specific business, it's normally easy to build a list of tier 1 icebreakers which really add value and allow you to start conversations. The trick with tier 1 icebreakers is that they should be prepared in advance to a large extent, and they should take very little time to execute because these are used a lot Their job is to get a reaction, prime people to reciprocate, and it's based on that reaction that you'll know what to do next. Tier 2 icebreakers are designed to allow a prospect to get to know you and also for you to become more valuable. The most important benefit of the Tier 2 icebreaker is that you'll have a relationship based on you having provided value rather than you having to ask for a sale or a sales call. In Tier 2, you are investing some time. You'd only use a Tier 2 icebreaker when A, you're already engaged in some way with the prospect, or B, you've failed to get engagement from them in any other way, and you're still sure they'd be a great client fit. Time's precious, and you don't want to waste it. Here's some examples of Tier 2 icebreakers. As part of your content marketing, find ways to integrate expert opinion from the people in your network, your prospects. An example might be a post or a video or a podcast titled 3 Ways Vets, your prospects, use whatever you sell. Now, you have the opportunity to get close to your prospect through a short interview and give them a lot of value. You can use blogs, social content, podcasts, or even write a book to facilitate this. Number 2 is build out a workshop session, which you feel you could actually charge for and offer this as a gift. Clearly, this does ask that you qualify people you offer it to, but nothing builds desire like being given something and then having it taken away. Similarly, the best way to build confidence and trust in what you do is to let people experience it up close and personal. Number 3 is if you have a mastermind group or a program, then make a personal invitation for people to join as a guest if the topic is one they either know a lot about or is one they'd get a lot of value from. These are just a few ideas, and if they look time-consuming, well, that's because they are. But consider how much time is going into your marketing, and then look at how you can balance this with sales activity. The simple thing is to time block 1 hour a week for Tier 2 icebreakers, and then fill that block every week. If you do, I guarantee results. If you ask anyone in sales what they really want, the answer is conversations, ideally with well-qualified prospects. If they could just start the conversation, then the sales take care of themselves. The goal of these icebreakers is to start conversations and then move some of those people to experiencing you, to begin to know, like, and to trust you. Once they do, they're far more likely to ask how they can work with you before you even get to any kind of pitch. Take time to really think about how you can create a suite of Tier 1 and Tier 2 icebreakers. The better you make them, the better they work. This isn't about tricking people. It's about the harvest. If your marketing has done its job, here's the thing, if your marketing has done its job, then people will be surprised and delighted to hear from you. They'll be flattered that you spent time thinking about them, and they'll get true value from you. From there, it's an easy walk to the sales conversation, and if you do this right, then they'll get there first and ask you how they can work with you. This quote from Brian Tracy sums up my sales philosophy. If you want to earn more, you need to become more valuable. I hope you found that helpful. I would love to know what would work as an icebreaker in your business. And also in these solo episodes, which I'm going to try and do once a week, if you have questions about your business, about mindset, mission, marketing, about building, monetizing, and marketing your personal brand or your expertise, email bob@amplifyme.agency and ask. Visit amplifyme.agency and hit the Just Ask button in the bottom right-hand corner of the website, and I would love to include some of your questions here. My name is Bob Gentle. This is the Personal Brand Business Show. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.